Welcome back to my channel, everyone. I know it's been a while. I've just been really busy with art markets and selling locally, so all my energy went to that. And now I am taking a break because it's summer and my kids are out from school, so I'm not able to do this full time right now. So I'm going to be recording more videos, which is awesome because I need to do more videos for my YouTube channel and for Patreon. So if you are enjoying my videos and you're enjoying the process, just give me a look on Instagram at Valerie Yee Studios or on Patreon. It's Yay Studios there. I also have an Etsy account. If you guys want to purchase anything, just let me know. So we're here now diving into a painting that I started a while ago. This was for my Patreon, and I'm doing techniques for doing a gouache painting of blueberries. And blueberries are going to be in season soon, so I'm picking this back up because I love taking pictures of the natural cycle of flowers and how things happen around me. So this is a process of me realizing like, oh, blueberries are coming back. So I will come back and give you guys more details about what's going on in this drawing. Okay, now that I got my breath back, I am going over a few of the leaves with a round brush, and it's a size 6. And I'm just going to go over them with a basic green color. I didn't put any other pigment color in there to make it lighter or grayer or darker. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm focusing. And I also realized the background isn't what I like. So later on in the video, I'm going to go over it with a brown and a gray mix just to give it a shadow effect in the back. And I really want the blueberries to pop, so that is my go-to on this lesson. So I will catch you in the next clip. Okay, so now that I finished off some of the leaves, I am going to leave that to dry for a little bit because gouache is kind of like watercolor and it needs a processing time. So I'm picking up some of that purple, that violet, and I'm putting it on my palette. I'm sorry I don't have my palette in view. I didn't realize that when I was setting up my camera. But I'm just taking the purple or violet, and then I'm going to get a little bit of the white and start mixing that in and getting the same shade that I had on my paper. So while I'm mixing that, I'm looking at my paper and I'm trying to figure out which blueberry do I want to pop, which blueberry do I want to sit in the back, and that's a key process that I go through throughout the whole painting. I change it every now and then when I see something doesn't go well or it doesn't make sense, and I change it. And that's the beauty about painting, is that you can go in and paint over it if you make a mistake. Gouache is really comfortable for me now. I love that I can take some pigment off the paper by just taking a wet brush with no pigment on it and soaking up the pigment, or taking a paper towel. It doesn't take up the whole entire pigment, but it picks up enough that you can go over it with another pigment and you won't even notice that that color was there. So I highly recommend gouache now. Before I didn't. And it's just one of those pigments that I enjoy. I am going to venture into getting a more pricier gouache paint because I'm starting to notice Himi gouache is just not sustainable. It is the cheapest one. It is a great beginner's gouache set, but I'm looking for something that's a little bit more vibrant, something that holds color well, and the pigments are longer lasting. So I'm going to venture into different brands and see what happens. Now I'm using a very fine tip brush for this process because every little detail, the round edges of the blueberries, they require a ton of patience. So the brush that I'm using is a size 0 and it's a fine tip. It's a generic brand brush, so it's not animal hair, it's synthetic. I think I do have a few animal hair ones. They are very, very pricey, so I only get them if I'm doing a very big piece of work and I really need it. But in general, most of my work is not that determined on the brush type. So enjoy the rest of this clip. I'm going to come back on later in the video. Thank you. Okay guys, this is the last clip for this video. I am not finished with this painting. I'm just taking a much needed break because I've been sitting at the table for quite too much time now. Now I didn't restart the recording when I started doing the background. I'm so sorry. But as you see, there's two different types of level color going on right now. And that's because my palette is mixed with a lot of gray, a lot of white, and then straight brown from the tube. So I am just going over the background and making it so everything is covered, all the lines are crisp and clean. And I'm using the round brush, the size 6 one again. I will change into my Angler brush, and that's a half size. It's the best. I think it's one of my favorite brushes to get crisp, clean edges because the way the brush is held is very, very interesting. Some people who have been painting for a very long time have developed their own style of holding an Angler brush. I've developed the style because I remember painting my walls for so many years as a child, and I would help my father out paint, the walls in our kitchen, the walls in our living room, and he taught me how to really get the angle of the brush just right to get those clean, crisp edges. So that is what I'm doing when I pick up that Angler brush. You can tell it's black and it's a lot thicker, so when that comes up, you'll see. I didn't put tape on the other side of the edge because I totally forgot, and that's okay. I am more experienced and I can take care of the edges and make sure that I don't go over. But if you don't feel comfortable doing it, please put tape down before you start painting. Now I'm just going in very cleanly, very slowly, because I've already painted the silhouette of all of the leaves, all of the branches, the blueberries, and this is just my process. I didn't like the background, so I decided to go in and change it. And that happens to a lot of us, and that is okay. We just need to take more time in realizing what is our plan of attack, how are we going to do this, because in reality, not everyone's perfect. We have artists from ages ago that have painted underneath other paintings. Picasso has done it. I'm sure there's paintings out there that haven't been x-rayed yet and they have underpaintings on them. It's a natural process for every artist to say, I don't like that, I'm going to paint over it. And that's okay, because canvases are very expensive. And paint is very expensive. But if you don't like it, you don't like it. And it's okay to say that. It's okay to be able to admit the mistakes, because artists always fall on the edge of the sword on the mistakes. So this is just the process, me going through all the edges. This is a very long video. I will shorten it for you and make it a little less than 20 minutes if possible. But I hope you guys get some ideas. I hope you guys get some tips, because painting is a very therapeutic part of my life. And when I have a great idea, when I have a great process, it's even more exciting for me to get out the canvases and the paints and start just doing what I do best. But if you're stuck like me, I was stuck for a couple days, more like a couple weeks. I didn't know what to paint, and I didn't like this blueberry painting, so I left it hiding in some corner until I was ready to bring it back out and be very excited to do a lesson on it. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm just going to start playing music now, so it's more ASMR. Not ASMR, I'm sorry. More therapeutic in the sense that you're just listening to music and watching me paint. And I hope this helps some people understand that mistakes are very, very possible, and it's very easy to come back and say, hey, I can change this. I know what I'm going to do now. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you guys follow me on YouTube or on Patreon. Patreon, I will be releasing a few more prints of the things that I draw if you subscribe to one of my tiers, and you get a free print out of it. So, thank you for the support.
careful what you wish for. Build your site on a platform that's in the meter for success. So as traffic spikes, instead of overloading your servers, your site infrastructure scale can handle it. Backed up by tens of thousands of servers worldwide, maintaining 99.98% uptime.